Good afternoon, dear colleagues. The fact of an open Russian aggression in the form of illegal crossing of the Ukraine's border by the so-called humanitarian convoy got an extremely negative international assessment. The official spokesman of the General Secretary of UN, Stefan Dujarric, said that Pak Ki-moon is concerned with the information of the movement of the Russian convoy by the territory of Ukraine without the official permission from Kiev. The head of the international organization said that in spite of the deterioration of the humanitarian situation in the region, any unilateral actions can only worsen the dangerous situation in the east of Ukraine. Barack Obama and Angela Merkel, during their telephone conversation, said that the crossing of the Ukrainian border by the humanitarian convoy from Russia is a provocation. They emphasized that sending cargo to Ukraine without agreement of the Ukrainian authorities is the violation of sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine. Today, on the eve of the Day of Independence of Ukraine, Angela Merkel will visit Kiev. The official Kiev counts on the support of Germany and the European Union in the face of the aggressive actions of Russia. The Minister of UK on Europe, David Linton, said that the humanitarian convoy intrusion into Ukraine is provocation, and he also called on upon Moscow to abstain from any actions that can lead to ruining after effects for relations between Russia and Europe. General Secretary of NATO Anders Fogh Rasmussen also condemned the intrusion of the Russian convoy on the territory of our state and called upon Kremlin to abstain from further provocations. Besides, he said that Russia continues to shell Ukrainian territory, provide militants with weapons, and increase its military presence near the borders of Ukraine. The press secretary of Pentagon, John Kirby, expressed his concern about the introduction into Ukraine of the so-called humanitarian cargo and said that this is a violation of sovereignty of our country on the part of Russian Federation. No laws are in force on the territories of occupied by the territories. The Honorary Consul of Lithuania in Luhansk, Mykola Zelenets, was kidnapped by terrorists and killed, which was corroborated by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Lithuania, Linas Linkevičius. The European Union called this murder a terrorist act. The leader of European diplomacy, Catherine Ashton, emphasized that the tragical death of Zelentsov shows a necessity to put the end to violence and take steps to de-escalate the crisis in the east of Ukraine. She called upon Russia to immediately stop the actions that destabilize situation in Ukraine. Such negligence of international and general human norms is really hindering the international humanitarian help in the region. At the same time, there are reports that Russians are loading the equipment of the production association Topaz that produces Kochuga radio location stations, and a Luhansk plant are being loaded on the so-called convoy to take them back to Russia. Ukrainian armed forces continue battles for liberation of Donetsk and other cities as a result of successful operations over the last day. Ukrainian military have destroyed 2 Grad batteries, 2 mortars, 2 anti-aircraft batteries, and 1 cannon. 27 times Ukrainian anti-terrorist operation forces exchanged fire with the terrorists in Savur-Mohyla vicinity and a number of settlements. Russia does not stop shelling the positions of Ukrainian bodyguards and forces of the anti-terrorist operation. The powerful battery Uragan was used against our forces not far from Kutenikove. Tonight, from 4 to 6 a.m., from artillery and Grad batteries, the Russians were shelling border positions by this village of Obryv, Donetsk region. At around 3 a.m., from the batteries Graz, from the territory of Russia, they shelled the Ambrosivka in Donetsk region, and at midnight there was a shelling from Grad battery in the vicinity of village Markina. Let's pay attention to the shelling not far from Novozovsk, Donetsk region, which took place on the 21st of August. You can see the photo of the results of the shelling of the border tower, from which our bodyguards are watching the locality. You see the scorched land around the tower. We have to know that Novozovsk is located on the sea, on the shore of the Sea of Azov, 100 kilometers from the combat action zone. So the region of shelling from the Russian territory stretches from Milove, Luhansk region, to Sedove, Donetsk region, and it is the distance of the Ukrainian border that is being fired upon from Russia is almost 400 kilometers, and 100 kilometers of this is under the temporary control of the terrorists and Russian mercenaries. Besides, they are starting to hunt the moving targets. Yesterday at 8 p.m., next to the village of Derkuleske, Luhansk region, the border patrol found a subversive group of terrorists. There was a combat, after which they were not able to penetrate the Ukrainian territory. One bodyguard was wounded. After the battle, they found a rucksack with rounds, live rounds, special devices, and mining devices. The terrorists continue to fire upon the residential blocks and civil objects in Makiivka, Donetsk, Chervony Luch, and some other places. In Luhansk, they have totally destroyed school number 7. In Yasenovata, they have damaged Koksa chemical and machine building plants. In Alchevsk, they shelled the gas distribution station, so there is no gas delivery to Alchevsk. In the vicinity of the village of Zaitsevo, Artemivsk region, they have mined the gas pipeline. The Ukrainian units have defused 225 units of ammunition and explosive objects. In Severodonetsk, Runevища, Новая Дар, Сватове, Кремена, Троицкая, Новопсков, Старобильск, Маркivka, Белокуракина, Беловодsk, Milove, Lysychansk, Popasna, Luhansk region, which were liberated. Ukrtelecom from yesterday restored the internet services, and the State Service on Emergency Situations says that the general number of peaceful residents who left the zone of combat action and the territory of the occupied Crimea amounts to almost 180,000 people. We remind that on the border of the ATO operation, 5 transit points to meet displaced persons are located, each capable of receiving 70 to 400 people in Luhansk region by Krasnoyarsk, Volnovakh and Mariupol, in Luhansk, Svatove and Lysychansk. What is known about the Russian so-called humanitarian convoy? There is information that some of them are already coming back. And how many of them are in Ukraine now? We do not have information on how many of them are going back to Russia, but we have information that in Donetsk and Luhansk they use some of the trucks to take away the equipment from Ukrainian enterprises. Is there information about killed and wounded? As of now, we don't have the information. We'll talk about this during our next briefing. Any other questions? Is there any information about the use of this cargo when it was unloaded? There is no information about what was brought here, where it was unloaded, and what is being done to the unloaded cargo. Any other questions? No? Thank you.
Вибачте, останнє питання. Ще два питання.
Oh, there are questions.
It's going to be the official response to the border incursion by Ukraine. I mean, will there be an official military response?
Запитання, яка буде офіційна відповідь України на незаконний перетин конвою через Україну?
Thank you for question.
Yesterday there was an official statement of the Ministry for Foreign Affairs. At the moment, the leadership of Ukraine uses all possible diplomatic and political ways to solve the crisis and for not allowing it to develop. And what about the Ukrainian bodyguards and customs officers who were at the customs point Donetsk in Rostov region? They were blocked. What's now with them? They were blocked. At the moment, we still do not have any information of what's going on with them. If you give me 3 minutes, I'll clarify this immediately, right here. Dear colleagues, so the information is like this. The group of bodyguards and customs officers who have arrived on the 15th of August to documentalize the humanitarian cargo sent by the Russian Federation and who were yesterday blocked at the customs point Izvarina. At the moment, they are unblocked, they are there. However, as of 1 p.m. today, 184 trucks have left the territory of Ukraine, have entered the territory of Ukraine. However, our representatives are not allowed to inspect this cargo. This is
details regarding the death of or the murder of Lithuanian consul. This is the first question.
Більш детальна інформація у нас поки що немає.
No, we don't have any detailed information.
Independence Day, is it possible from military point of view to hold any ceremonies, celebration in places like Donetsk or Lugansk? And do you see any increased activity from Russian side and terrorist side?
Ми готові до будь-яких розвитку подій, але військовий парад обов'язково відбудеться на Хрещатику.
We are ready to any course of developments, but the military parade will take part in Khreshchatyk. This will be a military pageant, and at the same time the act of commemoration of our heroes who are now fighting to liberate the east of Ukraine. So we don't have information on how many trucks are still there. We have we have counted that 184 trucks left the territory of Ukraine. Today, there's an information that in Anthracite and Rovinki, Luhansk region, there's a huge concentration of Russian mercenaries. We confirm the information about the presence. We still do not have confirmation about huge numbers of Russian mercenaries in those cities. We're checking up on this information. Thank you.